I've always wondered what happens to places that time seems to forget. Driving through quiet roads in New Jersey, I stumbled upon communities that hold stories most of us never hear. These are not just towns, they are living memories of families who built homes, raised children, and fought for a future in a world that often tried to push them aside. Walking their streets, seeing the worn porches and quiet yards, I felt both awe and sadness. Today, I want to take you inside 5 historic Black communities, to feel their struggle, their hope, and the lives still echoing through these hidden corners of America. If you want to explore more hidden stories and real-life places like these, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our journey. 1 Gouldtown, Cumberland County, New Jersey. I remember the quiet before anything else. When I first arrived in Gouldtown, New Jersey, it did not feel like a place that wanted attention. There were no signs telling a big story, no crowds, just a narrow road, old trees, and houses that looked like they had been standing there longer than most people could imagine. I parked my car and stepped out, and the silence felt heavy, like it was holding centuries inside it. As I walked slowly, I kept thinking about how this place began in the late 1600s, built by free Black families along with Native American roots. That thought stayed with me while I looked at the land around me. This was not a town created by accident. It was created by people who wanted safety, ownership, and a future at a time when freedom itself was rare. Standing there, I felt respect more than anything else. Some homes were well cared for, while others showed clear signs of age. Paint was fading, porches leaned slightly, and a few buildings looked empty. It was impossible not to notice the decline. Fewer people live here now, and many young residents have moved away for work. You can feel that loss when you walk these roads. It is not loud or dramatic, but it is real. I stopped near an old cemetery and read names that appeared again and again, generation after generation. That moment hit me hard. These were families who stayed, who survived wars, segregation, and economic changes, only to face a quieter struggle today, being forgotten. I felt like an outsider, yet also like a witness to something important. What stayed with me the most was the feeling that Gouldtown is still alive, but tired. It is holding on to its history while the modern world slowly moves past it. As I left, I looked back once more, thinking about how places like this do not disappear all at once. They fade slowly, unless someone remembers them, speaks about them, and tells their story honestly. That day, Gouldtown did not feel abandoned to me. It felt like it was waiting. 2 Timbuktu, Burlington County, New Jersey. I reached Timbuktu, New Jersey just as the light was starting to soften. The road narrowed, trees closed in, and for a moment I wondered if I had taken a wrong turn. Then I saw a small sign, easy to miss, and I knew I was standing in a place that most people drive past without ever realizing what it is. I stepped out of the car and felt how calm it was. Not empty, just quiet in a way that makes you lower your voice without thinking. Timbuktu was formed in the early 1800s by free Black families, many of them farmers, and as I walked, that history felt close. This land was chosen on purpose. It was a place where people could work, live, and protect each other during a dangerous time. I kept thinking about the Underground Railroad connections often linked to this area. Standing there, I understood why this place mattered. The land is flat but surrounded by woods, perfect for staying hidden when hiding was survival. That thought stayed with me as I passed old homes, some still lived in, others quiet and worn. A few buildings looked like they had not heard footsteps in years, and that hit harder than I expected. I stopped near a small cemetery and read the names carved into the stones. Many were familiar family names, repeated across generations. That was a moment I will not forget. These were real people who built something here when freedom was fragile. Now, fewer families remain, and many descendants have moved away for jobs and opportunities that Timbuktu can no longer offer. As I walked back toward my car, I felt a mix of pride and sadness. Pride for what this community created, and sadness because places like this fade slowly when no one is paying attention. Timbuktu is not gone. It is still here, still breathing, but it feels like it is holding its past tightly while the future feels uncertain. Leaving that road behind, I realized the silence was not emptiness at all. It was history asking not to be forgotten. 3 Lawnside, Camden County, New Jersey. I arrived in Lawnside, New Jersey on a normal afternoon, but something about the place immediately felt different. The streets were calm, lined with modest homes, and there was a sense of order that you do not always feel in small towns. I parked near a corner and just stood there for a moment, trying to understand why this place felt so grounded. As I started walking, I kept thinking about the fact that Lawnside is one of the first independent black municipalities in New Jersey. That thought stayed in my head with every step. This was not just a neighborhood that happened to exist. This was a place people fought to govern themselves, to control their own land, schools, and future. Knowing that changed how I looked at everything around me. Some houses looked freshly cared for, while others clearly struggled with time and limited resources. A few storefronts were closed, and that told its own story. Lawnside once had stronger local businesses, but like many small communities, it faced economic pressure as jobs moved elsewhere. I could feel that shift just by walking the streets. It felt like a place holding on, even when it is not easy. I sat on a bench for a while and watched people pass by. An older man waved as he walked past, and that simple gesture stayed with me. It reminded me that this community is still alive. But it also made me think about how many young people leave places like Lawnside to find better opportunities, often never returning. That quiet loss is something you cannot see on a map, but you feel it when you are there. As I prepared to leave, I realized Lawnside does not feel abandoned or forgotten in the same way as some places. Instead, it feels like a community carrying the weight of its history while facing modern struggles. It is proud, but tired. Strong, but tested. Driving away, I kept thinking about how Lawnside's story is not about disappearing overnight. It is about slow change, quiet resilience, and a future that depends on whether people continue to remember why this place mattered in the first place. For Whitesboro, Cape May County, New Jersey. I reached Whitesboro, New Jersey through a long, quiet stretch of road, and the first thing I noticed was how calm everything felt. The houses were close together, simple and weathered, and the air carried a feeling that this place once expected more from the future. I parked near an old home and stepped out, already sensing that Whitesboro had stories that were not loud, but deep. As I walked, I kept thinking about how this community was founded in the early 1900s by black entrepreneurs who believed African American families deserved their own resort town. That idea felt powerful as I stood there. This was once a place of hope, where black families came to relax near the shore when segregation kept them out of other spaces. Knowing that made every quiet street feel meaningful. Some homes were clearly lived in, while others showed signs of long struggle. Peeling paint, sagging roofs, and empty yards told a story without words. I felt a strange mix of admiration and sadness. Whitesboro was built with vision, but over time, tourism faded, jobs disappeared, and the energy that once filled this place slowly drained away. I stopped and listened. No traffic noise, no crowds, just wind moving through trees and the distant sound of a door closing somewhere. That silence felt heavy. I imagined the summers when this place was full of life, laughter, and music, and then compared it to the stillness around me now. That contrast was one of the strongest moments of my visit. As I walked back toward my car, I felt like Whitesboro was not asking for sympathy. It felt like it was asking to be remembered honestly. This community is still standing, but it is carrying the weight of broken promises and forgotten dreams. Leaving Whitesboro behind, I realized its story is not about failure. It is about ambition, loss, and survival. And once you stand there yourself, you understand that this place is not gone. It is waiting for someone to tell its story the right way. 5 Springtown, Saddlertown, Salem County, New Jersey. I found Springtown, also known as Saddlertown, by following a narrow rural road that felt like it had not changed in decades. There was no clear entrance, no welcome sign, just a few scattered homes and open land that made me slow down without realizing it. The quiet here felt different, deeper, like the place was watching before deciding whether to reveal itself. As I walked, I thought about how this community formed generations ago as a rural black settlement built around farming and family ties. That history stayed in my mind while I looked at the land. You could still see traces of hard work everywhere. Old fences, wide fields, and simple houses told a story of people who lived close to the earth because they had no other choice. Some homes were still occupied, while others sat quietly, windows dark, yards slowly being reclaimed by nature. That contrast hit me hard. It felt like the community was split between holding on and slowly letting go. I imagined the days when families worked these fields together, when children filled these roads with noise, and when Springtown felt full. I paused near an older home that looked like it had seen many seasons. In that moment, I felt the weight of isolation. Springtown is far from major towns, and over time, that distance became a problem. Jobs moved away, schools closed or merged, and younger generations left to find opportunity elsewhere. Standing there, it was easy to understand why staying became harder with each passing year. 66. What surprised me most was how alive the place still felt despite everything. Birds moved through the trees, the wind brushed across open land, and somewhere nearby, I heard a door shut. It reminded me that this community is not a ghost. It is a place still breathing, even if quietly. When I finally turned back toward my car, I felt a tight feeling in my chest. Springtown does not feel forgotten because it failed. It feels forgotten because it was never loud enough to demand attention. Driving away, I realized places like this do not disappear suddenly. They fade slowly, unless someone stops, listens, and remembers that real lives were built here, and some are still holding on today.